And also, it's been almost 10 years since Adigappiyare Poopamani first film released.
Yeah.
So it's also a decade of Roshan Matthew in cinema.
Oh, yeah.
By, almost. By now, most young actors would have like started actively trying to land like big roles that propel them to stardom. But here, doing a Paradise, a Ronda, a Pocher, a Kankajura, the characters that actually push your boundaries as an actor. Do you have no interest at all in that stardom that many aspire to achieve? And if so, how did you reach that kind of a mindset?
So obviously, it would be a lie to say that I have no interest in that kind of stardom. It is very honestly very attractive. Also, that I think stardom in an industry like cinema is what empowers filmmakers and other creative people to design projects with you in mind as an actor. But you sort of need one to make the other happen. You sort of need that kind of support of stardom to make the kind of projects that you wish to do happen. So for that matter, for like a very practical purpose, obviously I need it, I desire it, and I want to make that happen. But I feel like the way to get there is not to do characters which are designed towards projecting me as a star. That's not my strength, and that's not the area that excites me the most. It's something that I like to experiment with it, and like I obviously want to try doing all kinds of films and all kinds of characters. So whenever I get an opportunity to try something out that is extremely commercial, I've done that also. I've done films like Night Drive, I've done a Maharani, and currently shooting for a film called Chatta Pachar. It's an extremely commercial entertainer film. So I'm doing all kinds of things, but I don't want to go after a requirement at the cost of my satisfaction of doing the kind of work that I want to do.
So if you were to like get something like an Avesham one day, you would be open to, if that project impresses you, the script, you'd be open to.
Obviously, Avesham is such a killer project that there would be no concerns at all in my life. Like I'd jump in with full excitement.
Yeah. And since we are discussing Paradise, also like now that Ronda is also released, these two films discuss like very hard-hitting stories with like proper politics. Do you think artists, actors in particular, should have a sense of responsibility towards the society, and that their art should be a reflection of that?
I feel like art will automatically be a reflection of your politics anyway. I mean, whether you are consciously trying to do that or not, it will carry your politics in it. More of the filmmaker than of the actor. But in the choices that we make, and in everything that we do in our process of telling that story, it will seep in. It's not anything that you need to put a conscious effort into. What I feel like we need to be conscious about is the power that the medium carries. That I guess comes with it helps to be aware of the fact that this is a medium that is as influential as it is, and that there is a certain responsibility attached to that.
And Roshan, for someone who has never seen any of your works, which 3 films or shows would you like recommend to them to help them understand Roshan Matthew as an actor and his skills?
Muton, Paradise, and Kankajura.
Great. And even though you are an accomplished star now, you continue to dedicate your time and energy to theatre as well, with the most recent example being your directorial by Bypass. Of course, you have been in the theatre scene for like some years now. You have tried a lot of things. But crafting a play is different from like filmmaking, and then the acting is also like kind of different because you have to like amplify and all those things. But how has theatre influenced you or shaped you as a person and as an actor?
I've learned everything that I did at the theater. That's where all of my basics come from. That's where my foundation lies. That's where I started exploring acting as such. And what really inspires me and excites me to this day is the feeling of community that theater provides. And somehow I feel it more in while working on a play rather than on a film. Of course, it's subjective. Some films, like, you get the exact same feeling as you do when you're making a play together. But yeah, like, there is a certain kind of re-energizing that happens for me. And I also like to tell stories in, like, in another capacity, more than just as an actor. So for that, the medium that I'm more familiar with, I feel like I can navigate currently is theater. So whenever I feel like there's a story that I want to tell, I sort of have to resort to theater. I'm not currently in the position to be making a film. That's something I aspire to do later, but for now, yeah, theater for that is it.
So you aspire to be a filmmaker as well down the line?
I definitely want to try it out at some point, just because of, like, I enjoy storytelling, and it's like the most powerful medium for telling a story out there. So I definitely want to try.